Welcome back to Ratface44 Reviews. My name is James, and today we have G.I. Joe Classified Series Low Light, and we'll have a vintage comparison at the end of this video. So let's get this started! So before we get this started, big shout out to DJC Collectibles, best place to get G.I. Joe Classifieds. Link will be in the description below. So before we release Low Light from his cardboard imprisonment, let's take a look at the packaging. So as you can see, there is Low Light in the forest. He is freaking armed to the teeth here. In the background, there is some vipers and maybe some Cobra soldiers lurking in the mist in the background. You have a really cool kind of artwork of Low Light. I'm kind of on the fence of this. It's a little cartoony for my taste. You can actually see all the accessories on the top right corner here. G.I. Joe logo, Hasbro logo, and on the side here you'll see Low Light with the same artwork as we've seen on the front. It's done well-ish. I don't know about his face. It's a little bit I don't know. It's really hard to say. His face looks kind of weird to me. I'm not gonna lie. But everything else looks really accurate to the OG. Number 86 in the line. So on the back of the packaging, you see Low Light digital render, 6.3 inches tall. All of his accessories. Nice zoom in shot of Low Light's face here, and you have a zoom in of his chest for some reason. You got the attributes here, and on the side, same depiction in blue, 86, and QR code. And on the top, there's a G.I. Joe logo. Just like all the other G.I. Joe classified figures in the line so far, they're all done in this new packaging. So if Low Light was in a window packaging, I definitely would have bought two. I don't know if you know, but Low Light is my favorite G.I. Joe when I was a kid, and he is kind of still my favorite. A lot of nostalgia connection towards this figure. So let's stop rambling here and open up Low Light. Let's take a look. I am excited. Here is my trusty scalpel. Breaking the seal. Let's go ahead and see how my pull-out game is today. Let's put trusty scalpel aside safely. Alright, let's pull it out. There you go. Perfect. So here is Low Light in his cardboard imprisonment. Quick check of that, and here is his footlocker ammo box, or whatever you want to call it. Number 86 in the line. If you put it here, it looks like it's 98. That's pretty funny. So let's go ahead and dump out the accessories. I don't think they're shying away from the accessories here. It is a hefty bag. Let's dump it out. So let's go ahead and look at the accessories from smallest to biggest, like we always do on this channel. So first of all, we have this tiny little magazine. There is no detail on it. It's just like a plastic rectangle. Most likely it fits into one of his rifles. So we have this little device. Has a little bit of a details on it. It has a little fan at the top, a screen, and a dial pad here. This, I found out, is a device that measures wind for snipers or spotters. Very cool, very thoughtful for Hasbro to include this with Low Light. It's very modern. And next we have this knife. It has a nice silver blade. Has a little bit of a detail here on the blade. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks pretty ornate. It's pretty cool. Black handle. A little bit of a grip there. No grip blocker, but it looks really cool. And next we have Low Light's red goggles. His patented red goggles. It's made of soft plastic. Nice red color app on it. Very cool. And next we have Low Light's big backpack. It is massive, and it seems like it's a little bit hollow, which is good, so it's not too heavy. Nothing's worse than a heavy backpack, and you don't want to make your figure top heavy, you know. Has like a peg on it so you can put the rifle most likely, and it has all these awesome like this is like a tactical backpack with all the kind of details here where you can slip things into the into these little slots or whatnot. You got some nice buckle detail, pouches all around, a peg, and nice detail on the back. of the backpack, which is surprising. This is what I was anticipating here, is his rifle container, where you, let's open it up, take a look. It's a little tight to open. Hopefully I don't break it. There you go. It's really tightly in there. I don't know if I want to take these out. For this review, I will. The rifle comes out of the case, which is really cool. Right on. It has this kind of futuristic look to it. It has really cool kind of details to it. And there may be a paint application here, or is it just one is matte and one is kind of shiny. There is a little clip here on the rifle, so you could put his bipod on. I'm gonna have to get the tweezers to get this out because my fingers are too big. So let's go ahead and just put this bipod on. There you go, I got the bipod on. So let's put the sight on. So that fits right on the top there in the little slot. Next we have the suppressor. Fits right in the end like a blast effect. And there is a hole for the blast effects. I rarely mention that in my reviews, unfortunately. I keep on forgetting there are holes for blast effects in all G.I. Joe Classified series. So there's one thing I noticed. There is a removable clip. I just never tried to pull it out. So that's kind of neat. There is Low Light's sniper rifle all set up. And lastly, we have this little submachine gun looking blaster. So it looks like the magazine fits right here. Kind of just slides right in. So that looks pretty cool. The magazine kind of slides in on an angle. So now that we have the accessories out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at Low Light. So no twine for Low Light. So we got Low Light all out of the packaging. Let's go ahead and fix them up, make them presentable. So first off, let's check and see if there's any QC issues with the joints. So far, not loose in the ab portion in my version. So let's go ahead and go from top to bottom and take a closer look at this action figure. Low Light is basically, it looks exactly the same as the old school version, which we'll have a comparison later on in this video. So on the top of his head, he has this black toque, and he has the blonde hair, a little bit of a long-ish hair at the back. Really cool. I like that. He has blue eyes. So Low Light is wearing this gray jacket, and he has this red kind of padding on his shoulder for his weapon. I guess it's just to cushion the recoil of the weapon. He has this kind of black kind of strap here with some old school grenades in green. He has some silver belt buckles, pouches on his shoulders. The face looks really good. I don't see any problems with his face that I can see. It looks really good. So he's wearing this kind of lighter gray undershirt underneath his jacket. As we move down his arms, you see he has some sort of padding here on his forearms. Some nice sculpting detail in the jacket. He's wearing this kind of black gloves and kind of a lighter black, kind of grayish. Really cool. I really like the color of this figure so far. As we move down, you see some buckles here, some in silver paint details, some pouches here on his chest. So the belt is kind of in this kind of gray black, like I was saying. Everything matches really well. Torso is just in the same gray plastic. Nice sculpted in pockets. There are some silver buckles here on these straps for his backpack. I'm assuming that's where it kind of connects to his backpack, which makes perfect sense. As we move down his legs, he's still same gray plastic and darker gray pouches on his thighs here. This one for his knife, and this one for his sidearm, I'm assuming. So he has these paddings on his calf here. I'm not really too sure. Some sort of armor. He has these gray boots. You see some sculpted in detail on his boots here. Nothing fancy, but it does the job. So let's go ahead and look at some articulation on this figure. Butterfly shoulder joints. He has the double neck ball joint here, so you get some good rotation up and down. Double jointed elbows. Let's take a look and see how they bend. They're nice and tight, which is good. Not locked up. Nope, it's side to side, I am assuming, because you can see the joint right here. So yes, side to side here, and I'm hoping this is, again, another side to side, which is weird. I was hoping maybe some up and down joints on his wrist for his weapon, but let's go ahead and test out the knees. Double jointed, pinless knees. They are locked. Like the bottom part is pretty locked up. There it goes. Rather have tight joints than loose joints. Just need to move them once to break the seal, so to speak. Up and down on his ankles here, and side to side rockers. They work really well. He has a boot cut. I'm happy there's no quality issues with my figure. So Lowlight is not complete without all his accessories, especially his red visor. I want to put that on first. I'm going to keep that on and never taking it off, because this makes Lowlight, is his red visor. If he doesn't have his visor on, who is this guy? I have no idea, but that looks like Lowlight to me now that he has his red goggles on. And you know, I would have been fine not having his goggles removed. That if it was permanently on his face, I wouldn't complain at all, because that's Lowlight, right? So let's go ahead and put his weather meter in the holster here. Kind of just slots right in, just like that. So there's one thing I've noticed here, that his sheath for his knife is a little loose. You just have to kind of position it just right so it'll stick. So let's go ahead and put his knife in the sheath. Let's go ahead and put the backpack on. It's a little tight putting in the backpack. So the peg on the backpack, I'm curious where that goes. I'm assuming that this is where his submachine gun goes. So that fits in there like that. The only thing I have here is his sniper rifle. Let's go ahead and see how that fits in his hand. But it fits in his hand really well. You can go ahead and fold up his bipod. I'm just going to have him displayed like this, holding his sniper rifle. And I'll have some glamour shots at the end of this video, so check it out. So there you have it. There's Lowlight all geared up. So there's one thing I noticed. Of course, you could put the sniper rifle case on his back. There is a hole right here, so you could plug in the backpack into the sniper case. Check that out. That looks kind of weird, but that's the way it is. So his weapon fell off his backpack, so it doesn't stay on very well. So there you go. I have Lowlight all geared up. I was able to put his sniper rifle case in his hand. He can carry all his accessories, which is really awesome. There's no extra parts like some classified figures, which boggles my mind. So let's go ahead and do a vintage comparison. So I got my vintage Lowlight out. Unfortunately, I do not have all his accessories, but I have his backpack. But this is the best version of Lowlight I have. It is really great paint. I have multiple Lowlights that are in various conditions. So as you can see, they basically copied the vintage straight up, minus the kind of crotch strap in silver. But he has all the same pouches, give or take. Same color, visor, same, everything is pretty much the same color. Maybe the vintage one is a little darker, a little bit more black, I would say. This is more like a dark gray, a really dark gray. But that's fine with me. I'm glad that we have a Lowlight in the classified line, and this makes me very happy to have this figure. This is amazing. I am so stoked for this classified Lowlight. Like I said, it's one of my favorite figures right now, but it is hitting all the nostalgia for me. That's why I love G.I. Joe. Just one thing I noticed here on the side of his leg, there is like a kind of a holster here. This I don't know how many people know, I saw this on a Facebook page, but you could actually put the Uzi and slot it in here and it kind of fits, which is really cool. I didn't know that. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. You know, stay tuned for more G.I. Joe classified reviews with vintage comparisons 99% of the time. So Yo Joe and Cobra!